decided to say that we will now call this Democracy Day. And we have been taking it then, that I've been talking about May 29th. We've been taking it all the while. But some years back, not some years back, just last year, the administration of the current president, that is talking about Bola Tinubu, he came in and then decided to say that since the man that fought for democracy on a very serious note, I mean an outstanding fighter for democracy, and who was voted in as elected as the president of Nigeria, though he never received it, as a result of certain things, certain problems that happened. And those things that happened led to the fact that he eventually died. I'm talking about Chief M.K.O. ABIOLA. Well, I think we'll be looking and be seeing these pictures, these fellows, because we have them. But then looking at the Chief M.K.O. ABIOLA, and after that, that death on 12th of June made a huge noise as far as life is concerned. And at the end of the day, the current administration decided to make that June 12th a special day, a holiday. And somewhat, they now had to move Democracy Day from May 29th to June 12th. And that is why from this year, from last year, it started being celebrated on the 12th of June. But then, 29th May is still a very, very significant day in the annals of history of Nigeria, or records of Nigeria. Well, we'll talk about this and a whole lot more. And I won't be doing this alone. So on this program today, I have someone that has been a special person as far as I'm concerned to me on this program, talking about a public affairs analyst of a special kind. He is here again today on the program, talking about the fact that he is here, and the person is Olumuyiwa Onlede. It's a pleasure to have you on the program here again, sir.
Pleasure's mine.
Right, you're welcome. And Olumuyiwa Onlede will not be alone to discuss with me on this program. I also have someone that is also a media analyst. He is a great fellow as far as I know, and because I've interacted with him as well, and that's why I had to plead with him to come and be part of this program today. He is quite busy with all he has, just as Olumuyiwa is very busy. But I had to plead with them, please, let's do it together. And so he accepted to come. And he is a colleague, he is a media analyst, as I said, and he's here with me talking about Chukwunalo Eke. Chukwunalo, pleasure to have you here.
Yeah,
sir.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes,
all right. And with these two young men, we'll do justice to this topic, saying June 12, date with history. But then look at the rider, M.K.O. ABIOLA or Democracy Day. Is it supposed to be M.K.O. ABIOLA Day, or is it supposed to be Democracy Day? The government of the land under Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president has decided to make it make M.K.O. ABIOLA have a specific day, and because he is a symbol of democracy, and they decided to make this June 12 the real or actual Democracy Day. That is why today it is being celebrated this way. But then, looking at this, I want to ask my guests here that even as M.K.O. ABIOLA here is, as you've seen him, is one that has been celebrated. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo did something on the 29th of May, 1999. That was when he called this day, this Democracy Day. That was how he coined, when he coined Democracy Day, saying that having stayed under the military for a while, that Nigeria has got democracy today. And so let's begin now to celebrate this day as Democracy Day. I think the question I want to ask Olumuyiwa straight away is, how do you see this decision that was taken by the current president, and the one that was taken by Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, former president of Nigeria, side by side, the first and second? How do you see it?
First of all, I do not, thank you for having me. I do not think it was Olusegun Obasanjo that was in the position to coin 29th May Democracy Day. The military haven't conducted election from December 5th, 1998 out through February 1999. Fixed May 29, 1999 for handing over, formal handing over of power from military rule to civilian rule. Hence, civilian rule anywhere in the world is termed as democracy rule. Hence, May 29 became Democracy Day. So on the day Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, former president, was taken over, May 29, 1999, he only emphasized in his speech that today will remain Democracy Day. I think kudos should go to the military junta as a then,
that is
led by General Abubakar Absalam, who within a very short period, 1 year and some months, he was able to put INEC together, plan election, hard election, and voluntarily handed over power to civilians. The power that was handed over to Chief Olusegun Obasanjo was done in good faith because of June 12, 1999. June 12, 1993, sorry. June 12, 1993, when we had Chief M.K.O ABIOLA on the ballot under SDP, we had Bashir Tofa from Kano, Northwest, on the ballot under NRC. Then we were operating a two-party system. Election was conducted in June 12, 1993 under option A4. And that election was adjudged to be
the history of Nigeria.
That is the most painful part.
Yes.
So why annulled the freest and the fairest election? So that plague will continue to hurt our democracy.
And the person that was at the helm of affairs at that point in time was IBB, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Right.
And that plague will continue to hurt Nigeria and our democracy. It is quite unfortunate that we had an election in 1993 that was very free and fair. People chose their preferred candidate, their preferred leader from every part of the country. You see, the election was not based on tribalism. The election was not based on religion. We had a Muslim ticket. But the election was so free and fair that there were no complaints. Now, what is the problem that I have with the annulment of June 12 election? Number one, we had a Muslim ticket. But Christians voluntarily voted for that ticket. Number two, we had an election where the two presidential candidates were not in any way governors, senators, or maybe public office holders in the past.
Anyway,
they came into the contest based on their pedigree, their competence as being judged by Nigerians. The two of them were eminently qualified, but majority of Nigerians chose Chief M.K.O ABIOLA to lead the country, having been successful in businesses. As at that time, it was said that he was the richest man in Africa. And fortunately, the mandate was given to him. But unfortunately, the mandate was not handed over to him by the authorities in power as at then. The problem is, number two, having not handed over power to ABIOLA, two statements were made that Nigerians do not respect, we do not respect free and fair election. If we had respected free and fair election, the government at that time would have handed over to ABIOLA and Kingibe. Number two, Nigerians do not in any way see, one thing is, Nigerians do not in any way see the Muslim ticket there as a threat to them. Unlike what we had in 2023, that people complained bitterly. If 1993 election had stood and Abiola had led, and Babangida Kingibe as his running mate, a technocrat, a diplomat, nobody today will be talking about Christianity or Islam in politics. That annulment gave rise to religious politics. If that mandate had stood, I believe they would have done well.
Yes.
They will have laid a very solid foundation for our democracy to thrive. They will have laid a very solid foundation for development to thrive in this country. They will have laid a very solid foundation for people that will come as House of Representatives, as senators, after that regime, to see that, oh, you need to perform. You need to have pedigree. You need to have experience, even outside government, for you to be elected. But all those things didn't happen. And that annulment killed so many things. Killed the spirit of non-interference of religion in politics was killed by that annulment. And I think we are still reeling from the pain of that annulment. So many people died. NIGCOMSAT came into being. Agitations. So many prominent people. But unfortunately, today, after so many years, 27 years, those that are in the forefront of social media activism, most of them were not born then. Most of them were too young to know the sacrifices of our heroes then. So that is why we see some of them, when there's a crisis in the country, they call for military rule. That's why you see some of them, they do not know how come about this democracy that they enjoy.
Yes.
That is why some of them, they can go to social media and say anything. And they think it is their right to say anything they want to say without being challenged. They never knew that once upon a time, journalists, mainstream journalists, were hiding in caves.
Yes.
They were hiding in uncompleted buildings to write for people to have information. Those things were not open to them because they were too young and most of them were not born.
They were not even born.
So, I pray our democracy will continue to grow. I pray we'll continue in democracy because it is often said that the worst democratically elected government is better than any best and any good military government. That is the truth. Once you leave democracy, then you have left your rights. Once you leave democracy, then you are at the mercy of oral authority that does not have to go through any legislation. So I pray our democracy will continue to thrive. I pray we'll continue to use why June 12th should be used as Democracy Day. I pray it will be inculcated into our youths so that they will know the reason why this Democracy Day was moved from May 29th to June 12th by the then president, late retired General Muhammadu Buhari. May his soul rest in peace. He did that, and that was one of the biggest achievements in office. One of the biggest achievements in office is recognizing that ABIOLA actually won the election. Recognizing that having won the election, the day for that election should be made Democracy Day. It is a good thing, but the impact is not being felt in most of our youths. They do not understand. They are not aware, and they do not understand. Even when you try to make them understand, they are still carried away by youthful exuberance or because they are born into democracy. Those that were born into military rule, they knew what they sacrificed. They knew what they saw. They knew the little. Even though they were not, most of us were not directly involved in the struggle for June 12 in 1993, but we saw and we could read, we could watch in the televisions what people like P.V.C, people like Rasom Kuti, people like the present president, people like so many of them sacrificed. People like journalists like Bayo Onunuga, the spokesperson of the president, Babafemi Ojodu, you know, former aides to former president. So they sacrificed for this democracy, and I pray the democracy will continue to thrive in Nigeria.
And even the talking about those ones that also lost their lives, talking about Ken Saro-Wiwa and Co.
Yes,
that they were eliminated for no just reason, I must say.
Fighting for their people.
Fighting for their people. Oh, well, thank you so much, Olumuyiwa. Thanks a lot. We'll still have a whole lot more to talk about because it's a long one. Let me ask Eke Chukwunalo, what do you think about it? M.K.O. Abiola or Democracy Day? How do you look at it?
Well, for me, I will a little bit disagree with you. Yes, his historical perspective is good, it's okay, it's not out of fact. But I would say, I would have suggested that we should maintain May 29 as our Democracy Day, and June 12th as M.K.O. Abiola's Day. Yes, because if you look at they are different, a little bit. Yes, we can say that Democracy Day, that is handing over in May 2029. I mean, May 1999 was as a result of pressure and from cancellation of the annulment of the election of 1993. Like he said, some of us might not be involved in the whole process, but some of us, one way or the other, we participated, one way in terms of maybe campaigning, because I remember then I would carry M.K.O. Abiola's flyers, that is SDP, green, kind of everything. We'll be going street to street as a young boy, but I need to be just small age away from voting range that time, you know. So, but at least we because they promised us that there will be milk, free milk from M.K.O. Abiola, this and all that to rise, and you know. So, and we also saw the struggle, you know, where we'll be in class like this, and there will be riot or protest anywhere, and we saw how we used to run helter-skelter. Yeah,
just a minute. I just want to say this immediately, lest I forget, that it was through him that we were able to see milk in sachets for the first time.
For the first time, yes.
He made even the poor man to enjoy milk and the beverages, all the beverages, like the big man. I think that also resulted from the SAP or distance. So, as a businessman, so you have to think on the other. But so what I'm saying in essence is that yes, history, some of these things it differs. If we put June 12th as M.K.O. Abiola's Day, it will tell the history of how he was denied being Mr. President of Nigeria. It will tell the history, like he said, that most people that are canvassing, sometimes they come on social media and they will be saying some kind of thing. They are not even aware of some of these things, the history. They don't know what actually happened. I remember back then in school, we were given this assignment. Yes, it was an assignment that we should write, democracy is better than military government. But sincerely speaking, I couldn't write anything about democracy because I have never experienced democracy. But I know much of the military government. Yes. I failed that assignment. Yes. So that was what actually I need to know more of democracy. But now if you tell those born between 1997, 96 down to this time, if you tell them, say, write about military regime, they might not be able to tell you to say one or two things. Because I remember those when General then was a colonel, Abdulkarim Adisa was the military governor in Oyo State there. Whenever he's moving around and you hear that sound, you must wait, start at least until they pass it. Yes, you have to stay until the vehicle, the last of them, get across before you can move. And so these are things that we experienced during military regime. But my emphasis this afternoon is that if we say this is M.K.O. Abiola's Day, we will be able to tell the history of that June 12th. Mind you, M.K.O. Abiola, the process for 1993 did not even start, because I think it started like 1990 or 1991, whereby they will start the military president, then we cancel the Musa Yar'Adua came out as the flag bearer,
it was cancelled. I think Umaru Shikafi was on the NRC side. It was cancelled, and there
were 13 parties.
13 parties, and so a lot of
cancelled, and the military junta banned people like Shehu Musa Yar'Adua.
Yes. Chiroma
dissolved the political parties.
Yes.
Dissolved NIGCOM.
Yes.
Then
formed INEC.
No, not INEC. FEDECO. FEDECO was in 79.
NEC. Then later NIGCOM.
Yes.
Then NIGCOM. Now under NIGCOM we had two-party system.
Yes.
Two SDP and NRC.
And I remember that at that point in time, he built secretariats for all
the states. In all local governments. Because parties were government funded.
Yes.
Secretariat. Most of the secretariats have been converted to UBEC.
Yes.
So that process was interfered with by the military. I think one of the things that made it not to work was because the military junta, as I then, interfered into the workings and the runnings of political party and democratic setting. Then.
Okay.
No, it was obvious. But when Absalom came, it was not obvious that they were interfering, despite the fact that they were interfering, because it was already known that the power was going to go to Southwest. Why?
Yes.
Because Abiola was of Southwest. Abiola was of Southwest. Yes. Southwest was denied the opportunity after annulling Abiola's election. So, and they needed to compensate Southwest.
Yes.
You know, they looked at this thing. Who was then? And as at then, before Absalom came, Obasanjo was in prison with some other people. Shehu Sani, Kaduna, Shehu Sani and Ubasani, all of them were activists. They were all detained in some prisons and in one state or the other. You know. Now, when Absalom came, it was already predetermined that Chief Olusegun Obasanjo was going to be the president. So I think that is why we are not getting the best from democracy. They tried his best, but our democracy as a then was nonsense. Most of the things that were tolerated during his tenure will not be tolerated now. So when you compare that tenure and tenures after him, so you are not being fair in your analysis. You will not be fair in your analysis because most of the things that were tolerated there cannot be tolerated.
No. It will not be tolerated because, like I said, we are just moving from military regime to democracy. Some of us, as at then, we not know some of the tenets of certain things, how the working should be done. Because
instability was even the other of the day, but the most unstable arm of government was the parliament.
Yes.
You know,
that was one that suffered most.
Senate presidency was zoned to Southeast, and within 4 years.
They had
5 states
people. Yes.
Tested it from Imo to Anambra, from there to Wabara, later
to Abia to Enugu.
And you know that those changes and there were sudden changes.
Yes, they
were based on policies. Most of them are not based on critical look of things or
they were more or less what the president imagined.
Because as I then they made the president to be the leader of the party. Everything. So whatever he says.
No, but the president was never the leader of the party.
No, that's a very
So because our democracy was nonsense, so he controlled the parliament, controlled everywhere. You understand? His political party was under his control. Even till now, it's the same thing. Political party has been controlled. But the foundation that no political party chairman in a ruling party will see out his tenure was laid.
Yes.
Was laid then.
That's true. Because even Ahmadu Ali, yes.
Solomon was a pioneer chairman.
He left.
Gone. Ahmadu Ali gone.
Before Ahmadu Ali
gone.
All these other people.
A foundation was laid. So our problem in the democracy that we are practicing, that we will continue to practice, is in so many areas. There are cultures that were laid down
that were not right.
They were not right. in 1999. But because we needed this democracy. So whatever the president then does, it was right. I remember him swearing in people like Okorocha as essays.
Yes.
Okorocha, Bukola Saraki.
Yeah.
They were lying over you say, I'm swearing in here today.
As
my special, that doesn't mean you can advise me.
He said, I may not take your advice.
So many things were laid down.
Yeah, such things can be done now.
And I see the effect of those kind of statements. That is why essays to governors now, essays to president now cannot even advise the president. Because we had a bad foundation.
That reminds me also of one professor in Edo State that under the immediate past administration was made a special advisor to the governor. And for a while, I think he stayed for 6 months, or he said no, that he will not continue. He resigned. And they asked him, he said, I was made the special advisor to the governor, but do you know that within these 6 months, I never saw him to say a word to him, not talk of advising him. So what's the need?
So what is the essence of being
an advisor? Yes, the essence of being an advisor. So he resigned.
So
I said,
those are rare gems,
So yeah, very rare, because he wasn't interested in eating the money.
Few of them. We will have essays. Do you know that 80% of our governors, they have aides more than the president?
Yes, of course.
If you are removing those in ministries, agencies, you can't even call those in ministry agencies as aides to go president.
Yes.
No. But when you look at SAs, SSAs, PAs, 80% of our governors, they have them more than the president. They have them more than the president. Those were the things that were introduced to our democracy, to our governance system after 1999 that people like me, I'm not comfortable with it. Because if you look at 1999, the federal had a lot of issues about political culture. States were more organized.
Yes.
Because there's nobody that can tell me that you can compare the set of commissioners 1999 to 2003, 2003 to 2007 in different states to the kind of commissioners that we have now.
No.
Even the governors.
You cannot compare the kind of essays that we had then to the kind of essays that we have to governors now. You understand? Something has changed drastically.
But you
can't put the
our democracy nosedived in 2002 when the then president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, was gunning for second term. He allowed those governors then to interfere with the structure of our governors. In December 5th, 1998, INEC conducted the first election in this our transition, this Fourth Republic. The first election was conducted December 5th, 1998. And what was that election? Local government elections. Local government elections. That was the first election. And those elections were free, fair, not determined. Because you see Chief Olusegun Obasanjo contested losing in Abeokuta. North or Abeokuta South.
Yes, you're correct.
Then, after then came gubernatorial elections. You see him losing to AD.
Yes.
In the state assembly.
Even in the
governorship.
Even in the entire Midwest.
But because he wanted second term, and the governors, he thought the governors were so powerful, he allowed local government to be caged by the governors.
No, I would not agree with you on that. No. Because they went to court. I remember. They went to court, and the court pronounced that the local governments are under under a state. That was when the idea of e-states now having their master because I remember.
Sorry to say, the president. What president did the court give that ruling? Because America, that we are copying, is it so in America?
No, but once court declares that this, that has nothing to do with Mr. President. That has nothing to do with Mr. President.
See, the president, it has something to do with Mr. President. You cannot go to a war with without adequate harm, and you say you want to win the war. You understand? You cannot have a Ronaldo in your team and you keep the Ronaldo in the bench in a game of football and you want to win. You understand? How was the federal government represented?
Where I am disagreeing with you, because then we had radical governors there. This current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was entirely against Obasanjo. Oji Zokalu was against him. I remember Oji Zokalu was one of the forefront of the people that fought and said Obasanjo will not come by 2003. Oji Zokalu was one of those people that bought from for Atiku with Alamesi. And these are the people that...
The question is, losing a case by federal government, it depends on what you are putting forward, as you ask now. You understand? A case is going to be determined based on what is presented to a court. You understand? So, in most of the cases where you blame the courts, people are bereft of idea. Because you cannot present what is not tenable. Yes. And you accept, you from outside, you not judge from outside and say the judiciary is corrupt. How? No, what is presented to them. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you that what was presented, how was the federal government represented. Now, we had a similar case. This Bakassi issue. Was the federal government serious about that case?
The federal government was serious.
No, was federal government serious?
You will say so because the person that represented. You will say so because the person that represented Nigeria too was serious. Was serious. He was serious, but the government was not serious. So you will say so. These are just.
That's the thing.
These are just your own interpretation because sometimes when it is not favoring you, when it's not favoring you, you understand. That is when we begin to put out all this innuendo.
Okay. Let's
look at government. It's not that the states. Why do we had INEC conducting election?
Which was into
those local government.
It was after the court. That was when states started creating each state with their own state independent electoral commission. And they now removing it. Before it used to be 4 years. Yes. They now started doing it to 2 years depending on the state. So we will not blame that.
2 years is not feasible. That 2 years
it doesn't make sense.
The governor. Why is it that we are not having local government elections in all? So they went to court together as governors. They got the judgment together as governors.
But in most of the
then why are we not having local government elections
in the states
at the same time?
So are you going to put that blame on the federal government?
No. It's just the way the aberration in democracy. We are talking about the aberration. Our government structure is wrong. You and I know that there are no elections. Today there are no elections in local government. If APC is ruling in the state, APC will win from head to if PDP is ruling, PDP will win. Even though you are a senator and you are in another party, they will tell you did not win your polling unit. Is that possible? Then another election, 2 years later, you will conduct an election and you will win election again as a senator. See, these things are wrong. We cannot have development. If you look at Mr. President's speech today, because governance was taken away from the grassroots, that fueled insecurity. Then people were engaged. Well engaged at the local government level. Every politics is local. Why you take governance away from local government? At the local level, governance is almost dead. So we had urban,
the power?
Rural-urban migration.
Okay, not urban-rural migration.
No, rural-urban migration. We are supposed to migrate from urban area because of bills and go to rural area. Where you make some money, you are migrate from urban area and go to rural area. That is the way it works. That is the law of migration. But now people are migrating from from their ancestral homes, where they are not paying rent, to where they continue to pay rent. So why? Because governance is as dead as anything.
In
the local level, each governors choose to be whatever they want to be. Because I will cite example.
Let's hear you.
Okay, if you go to Akwa Ibom as at 2006, before Akpabio, everyone in Nigeria knows that if you are looking for housemaid, you hear of a Kaite, Okon, and all. You're looking. But when somebody came and he insisted that okay, the human capacity, the human resources in his own state have to be changed. he built Akpabio built Akwa Ibom from scratch, and we also and we saw, like what he's saying now, people now started moving away from Lagos to Akwa Ibom.
He built it, but but then the basic foundation for this state was built by Victor Atta.
Somebody came. Yes, I've been hearing that design
a lot.
Yes, but what I'm saying is this: each country, every state that is not developed.
As a governor, sir, Akpabio was uncommon.
Yes, that's why he was uncommon.
The man of common transformation.
Yes.
That was not what they called it. What has happened now, I do not understand.
Yes, it's politics.
He's just a victim of political opposition.
Yes.
Akpabio is just a victim of political opposition. And we cannot get anything serious from governance if we continue to use emotion to do politics. Politics and emotion, they are two different things.
Okay, let me
understand. Uncommon transformation happened under that man.
Yes, in Akwa Ibom. Yes. So what's all that?
They tell you he's the most corrupt governor.
Okay, so now,
which I disagree with.
Okay, now,
somebody with uncommon transformation is the most corrupt. Then the people that did not transform anything.
Because that same period, I think that Oji Zokalu, not the period. Oji Zokalu was a governor in Abia State.
And he was hailed for doing great things.
But there was nothing there.
That's what people say.
There was nothing. There was nothing because I do pass Abia State. Abia State.
Zokalu was not governor when Akpabio.
No, yes, I know. Oji Zokalu was governor before. Yes, but Oji Zokalu was a governor in Abia State. It was Akpabio and Oji, Theodore Oji were contemporary, were together and all these things. But when Akpabio was building, Abia was not building. In fact, if you pass through, in fact, then if you travel, once you get to the boundary between either from Umuahia or Abazi, you will see the difference. One can breeze with blame, you know that I'm in Akwa Ibom State. You understand? And when you look at all that, if the governor, and remember during in our 99 journey up to now, same governors, they also went to court for resource control. You understand? But federal government won on that side. Then that was what political solution now came with 13% derivation to be given to oil producing areas.
I see now that the one the federal government is serious about. You understand? The one that
wasn't serious about.
The one we are not serious about, Bakassi.
Let's come back to this. I said this democracy day talk. Are we really getting democracy in the right form today, or there is still something more to be done to make democracy better for Nigeria?
The first thing you look at in democracy is human rights. That I think the most important thing in democracy is human rights, and that is what differentiates military rule and democracy. When you talk about human rights, I think we are having it to some certain extent in this country. And I stand to be corrected. We are having it to a certain extent.
Yes.
Because even with the advent of social media, we can go to social media and say anything.
Yes.
They take you to court. The case goes to court. Nobody here again. The case drags in court. It's a civil case. It's not a criminal case. Even when you are defamed, it's a civil case, not a criminal case. You know? But you have to go through court now. In military rule, do you go to court?
They lock you up. No. You won't go to court. They will just take you.
So one major gain in democracy is human rights.
Okay, and that is number one. Now, looking at it as that is one outstanding gain or benefit of democracy. The people in government today. This is talking about dividends of democracy. That is one dividend. The people in government today seem to be the ones enjoying and letting the other people out of the things they're enjoying in Nigeria today. Is it not so? That's why people will say, if you are in APC, you're enjoying. If you're not in APC, you're not enjoying. If you're a senator, if you're a governor, it's you and your people that are enjoying the fact that there is a lot in government. But people who are outside government are suffering, even in this country today. Even businessmen, they will disturb their businesses with tools of office as government, and those ones are suffering. What do you say about that? Or am I wrong?
There are so many people in government that will tell you that being in government as public servants is better when it comes to democracy than during military.
Yes.
Because I want to tell you categorically that schools, we had a calendar, we had an academic calendar in this country once upon a time. But when military came, the calendar was distorted. Strike every day. Strike every day. You strike two years. Primary, secondary, they will strike this one. No school, universities will strike. ABU 6 months. You know? So our calendar was distorted. So once upon a time, if university is resuming this month, majority of the university they are resuming that month.
At the same time, yes.
At the same time. You know? But look at it. Then teachers in primary and secondary school, they could not feed. Teachers were not credit worthy. They were not even credit worthy. A woman selling gari, a woman selling beans will not give to
the teacher.
Credit to a teacher. Then. But from 1999, the story has changed. That is one of the benefits of democracy.
Okay.
The story has changed.
Let me ask you.
You may say what they are receiving is meager. It's not enough. But they are getting it as I went due.
Okay.
That is one of the most important things. You may say there are no free benefits.
Yes.
But the basic
is there for them.
Is there for them.
Okay, just hold your thought on that. I'll still return to you, but I want to hear him say something on that.
Well, if we are actually practicing the right...
yes, democracy.
Well, no matter, like he said earlier on, what we usually say is that the worst democracy is better.
Yes, better than any...
Better than the best the form of...
They actually need to contest this thing, because what I'm saying it is that Burkina Faso, something is happening there.
No,
and what the other country?
Thank God you are a journalist.
You can't.
Thank God you are not a Burkina.
That is
so all those propaganda.
Yes.
I don't want to talk about those propaganda. Journalists like you, sir, they are underground sellers. I speak here.
Yes.
Now I can say
a problem.
See, today alone on Facebook, we have nothing less than 1 million people that have said Tinubu has failed. And nobody will arrest them.
Nobody will arrest them.
Well, we can't do that in military.
No, not in military. Don't generalize. Burkina Faso, that people are talking about, using money to launder your image does not convert you to anything.
Okay.
If you are a dictator, you are a dictator. There are no ways to define dictatorship.
Yes.
There are no ways to define dictatorship.
What do you
arrested? Which country?
Mali and Niger. Well, for me, if we were to look at the way democracy should be, I will say we are not there yet. The only thing we have is that freedom of speech. Yes, they do still arrest, they do still do one or two things, but not at the level that the military used to do.
You can't ever get close to that.
They used to do back then, you know. But I can't still wrap my head around why the National Assembly should be like a rubber stamp to the executive, why the president dictates who is to become the Senate president. And like you mentioned about what happened in '99, Okadibo Kari took the maize to Anambra in order for him to be impeached. Before he came back, another version of the maize has been produced, and he was impeached, and all manners of things. And if you look at it today, especially since APC came on board, you will see the struggle, the fight of who becomes the Senate president. Okay, how do we now talk about the level of defection? We can't actually call that democracy. If you look at the way our election years in the past and now, you can see that this year own is not even competitive as it used to be. Yes. It's just like a straight something for and the election democracy without election is not democracy as far as I am concerned. Is all what has happened during the primaries across all political parties are just formalities. They already have a predetermined person who is going to.
That is where That is where Nigerians should look at it and know that they are playing us political chess game.
Okay.
Politicians are playing us political chess game.
Okay.
When you say this party is party of saint, I have not seen it. Because what is happening in APC is happening in NDC.
Yes.
NDC what is happening in ADC is happening in Labour. Same thing.
You go to SDP.
So it is the same people that over around all those political parties. Move from here to here, from here to here. You praise them. You understand? Now you talk about Miss, the former deputy senate president. Akari Miss is in NDC now. He's not a saint.
Yes.
To NDC people, he's not a saint. To APC people, if you are there and you come and join them, your sins are forgiven. If you go from APC and go to NDC, they say yes, you are a good man.
And it is being forgiven.
You don't
That's what
politics like that.
That was like
any nation,
Senate president.
any nation where people go on the same day and vote for 3 candidates, the same political party, the nation is not serious. The nation is not ready for democracy.
And these 3 candidates are in separate factions of the same party.
Different constituencies. You understand? You vote for President APC. This in APC, or you vote for President NDC. This thing, or President ADC, Senator ADC, House of Rep ADC.
Okay.
That is, you don't even know if people are voting for, because
you are voting for the party.
Nobody can convince me in Nigeria that everybody in APC is bad, everybody in ADC is bad, everybody in ADC is bad, or everybody in APC is good, everybody in PDP is good, everybody in NDC is good. You can't see. You don't do politics like that.
Way, yes.
You don't do politics that way.
Probably that's why anybody can move from anywhere. You see, like I kept saying now.
Vote based on people's manifesto. But people are not even.
There is no manifesto here. There's no manifesto anywhere today.
No, if there are manifestos, there are manifestos. But when you put it out there, what did the one man say? He said if you want to hide anything from Africa,
put it in the book.
You understand? Can they even read it?
Can they
even read it? When those are managed to read, can they digest it?
He had a line of thought. I don't want you to drop it.
Yes. Well, when you look at the whole thing, democracy. Take an example for Imo State. Hope Uzodinma.
Yes.
In the last, previous before this one.
Yes.
He was 4th.
Yes, and when they went to court,
and he became the first.
Yes.
And where everybody knows that the actual number, because since court made the pronouncement, it became a law. It became effective, and for the people of Imo State, they will become demoralized when it comes to electioneering. So sometimes when you look at the tenet of democracy, you look at the institutions from the judiciary to executive to legislators, and the way they behave and do some of, as far as I'm concerned, this 4th Republic, they close to near perfect, a little bit, not too perfect, but the legislature at national level that we've had is probably Bukola Saraki, who is a little bit trying to checkmate the executive. But others that we've had, maybe Okadibo was not trying to dance to the tune of Obasanjo. Yes, probably because he did political philosophy, so he understand the game very well, and that was why he was removed. Then another person that was a little bit late now, Umar Garba, who was a little bit criticizing Obasanjo. Then Galinaba, these are the people that criticize Obasanjo, and they are from the same political party.
Yes.
But now in this current government that we have APC, right from Muhammadu Buhari to, you will see all of them. They say it's not like Baba Sope.
Yes.
Baba said, the leader have said, the leaders have said. That is all. If you go now, I remember before we came on there, we were talking about one or two things. What we've been hearing about the campaign of my own senator is that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said Nedewoko should continue.
Okay.
That was his campaign. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
He lost the ticket.
Yes, he lost the ticket because the person coming is the main man.
Yes,
but that was his campaign.
Yeah.
That President Bola Ahmed Tinubu promised him, because he was the first to decamp to APC, like they promised him that they should. Is that what should be his campaign something? No. Then if we are actually a democratic,
it shouldn't be that way.
If you look at our democracy, the people are still the problem. The masses are still the problem. Because our sense of judgment, we are poor in judging people based on sentiment, tribal, religious sentiment, and the rest of it.
And even let me add this that they've not been talking about: financial sentiment. People who want to collect something, and that's all.
Now, I have a friend, a member of House of Representatives. He lost ticket to come back, and people that, if you know, in Nigeria as a parliamentarian, you have to facilitate federal jobs.
Yes.
For your constituents, before they know your people that he facilitated jobs for. They were celebrating when he lost ticket. They were celebrating when he lost ticket. What else do you want a parliamentarian to do? He has, in the area of education, he has renovated schools, renovated health centers.
Which it shouldn't be his own.
He shouldn't be his own.
But you don't do it. What said, the Nigerians are the problem.
Yes.
If you don't do it,
They say you're not doing it.
they say you are not doing anything.
Not so that is not your duty.
That is not your duty. You must do it. Now, somebody that has done it, he says he has not done it well. He has not done it well.
Maybe we didn't democratize the contract. Yes, I think that is another angle. Yes, because when we are talking about,
that was why somebody even contested against. Give me a contract. I don't have contract to give you.
Yes.
Okay, I'll contest against you.
Yes, yes. Yes, that we didn't democratize it.
You were contesting?
I didn't democratize. Okay, why did Ambode was voted out at the primaries in APC? It was because he did not democratize the contract in Lagos State. And the particular group.
When you say rubber stamp National Assembly, it depends on what you want from them. What may I want from them is altering the structure of governance. That is what I want from them. Abusing the president, abusing everybody, it's not what I want from you. Fighting. Now, if you say one policy that the 9th Assembly did, you just praise 9th Assembly here. Give me one policy.
Well, most of the 8 assemblies, most of the I may not be able to read it out now.
Fighting the DC, let me not tell you.
No.
Let me not tell you.
It's not
during that period. You know why Nigeria shoot themselves in the leg? It was during that period that Cybercrime Act was promulgated. Cybercrime Act, that you post something that is a civil case, you go and call police to arrest you. This thing that they so many are fighting now, so many activists. It was then. But because people were carried away, because they were abusing the president, they were carried away and they did what we in the future. They were carried away. Cybercrime. That cybercrime, is supposed to be for internet fraudsters.
Yes, for fraudsters.
But they are using it now. You abuse somebody,
and they use it against you.
So is it the fault of the legislators for those people now implementing it depends on how you now.
You pass the bill, please.
Yeah, you pass the bill, but it's not actually meant for what the police are actually or those.
It's there too. You pass the bill.
What I want us to understand. Let me give you this same assembly that
there was a law on defamation before, but they hid it under it. Yeah. But because Nigerians were clapping for them, they refused to even read.
Let me give you one example of what rubber stamp that we are talking about. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to London, collects a loan of about 700 million pounds, and he submitted it to the National Assembly. They do the law have this, and they approve. But nobody is telling us that this loan is attached to a certain company.
Yes.
That people are suspecting to be associate of Mr. President.
And that company will come and work and with their own workers and collect all our money without any person disturbing them.
And you say you have National Assembly, and not only whenever, and it's not only. Remember that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was, Muhammadu Buhari got so many loans that he got when Lawa was the senior president. I could remember when Rufai was the governor of Kaduna State, and he applied World Bank loan. It seems Senate President Bukola Saraki, yes, and Shehu Sani, and they were able to look at it and they say no. You understand?
Not the presiding officers. According to the rules, if you apply, you are the governor of Delta State and you apply for loan, 2 out of the 3.
Most
in your state.
Or from your state. And
another person.
Hunkuri and the Shehu Sani. That was
not the 3 of them, because the other senator was even from Southern Kaduna. And, they were not in good farm with this thing. Now, yes, I want us to look at where we're not looking at. Our democracy is the way it is now. And every one of us do not look at our immediate constituency. We look at the federal. Okay. And I want to tell you that 80% of Nigerians, they've not been to federal capital territory.
That's correct. You're correct.
They know what they know is local government,
yes,
state government.
Yes.
Do we have parliament at the local government level?
No. We're supposed to have.
Do we have parliament?
No,
there is parliament.
There is on paper.
Okay, do we have parliament?
As pragmatically,
yes, parliament in states.
Yes, but
it's still the same thing.
Parliament in states.
No, we don't. Yes. Just the same way we are.
Now, we said, okay, do the constitutional amendment. Let there autonomy for state assemblies.
They were the ones that made it not to work, because they were dancing to the tune of their governors.
Did it work? Did it work? During that Bukola's this thing, did it work? Constitutional amendment failed, because even him will tell his state, the parliamentarians there, not to approve it.
Okay, we will take a break at this point in time.
Those things are not done.
Excuse me, we'll just hold on for a while. Just hold your thoughts. We'll take a break right now. We'll return at the building. We'll start getting to receive calls from you, dear viewer, and the phone number will be placed there for you to see and contribute to this program. It's good we are doing it at a time like this, talking about Democracy Day and all that has to do with it, M.K.O, ABIOLA and all. Let's just take this break. We'll be back.
Welcome to Aba in Abuja. The main agenda here is the promotion of made in Nigeria products. Could this trigger the most needed change in the telecom industry for better service delivery? Welcome to Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. A golden opportunity for the country to showcase its potentials among Committee of Nations. Now, here comes the body, accompanied by her husband from India, where she has been receiving treatment. Total liberalization of the communication sector will bounce back in view of the sentimental attachment to it by Nigerians. The need for the players of the industry to still put their acts together to consolidate on the previous efforts has therefore become imperative. That popular saying that necessity is the mother of invention is beginning to have effect on Nigeria for good. Reporting from Dubai. Hello, I am Ruben Okala. I have not retired. I am refiring at KAFTAN TV. And as you see on KAFTAN TV, get back to work. Welcome to Aba in Abuja. The main agenda here is the promotion of made in Nigeria products.
When we say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world, we're not just bragging, we know our onions in the world of broadcasting. One of our outlets to express ourselves to the world is our flagship program, Matters Arising. Join veteran broadcaster Ruben Okala and our crack team live.
And they give us a high price, and we just say, Nigeria, we ready?
As I said earlier, the lyrics is up, talking about the old new national.
On KAFTAN TV, Startimes channel 480 and 124, as well as NIGCOMSAT frequency 12518, symbol rate 29500. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. live. You can join the conversation by calling this phone number 0802 993 8365. It's dramatic and insightful. Don't miss it. Please join us.
Welcome back. We're still here, and what we're discussing the Democracy Day. And we're saying Democracy Day or M.K.O. ABIOLA Day. Which one is it? But we seem to have ironed that one out. Though it would have still been good from what we've discussed, that it would still have been good to have M.K.O. ABIOLA Day so that there will be effective discussion on that each time it comes. And we'll still face Democracy Day the way it is. But all the same, it is still Democracy Day we are talking about. And now, we've also started looking at the gains of democracy, the dividends of democracy, seeing the side that has been well done and the sides that have not been well done. We're looking at all of it generally speaking. And so, dear viewer, you are free to make your call. The number is there. Call and tell us what you think about it. I will be glad to receive your calls. I stopped someone from talking when it's Olumuyiwa. Yes, we are still looking at the downside of this democracy thing. The areas that are being abused, let me use the word abused, by those in governance. Yes.
We look at the state governors, and I'll plead with them to allow local government work.
Yes. Even this president got a case in favor of them. I don't know why he dropped it.
It's being implemented. The gradual process, you know, and I will plead with them to allow autonomy for state assemblies. I'll plead with them to look at empowering traditional institutions to be part of decision making within their localities. I'll plead with them because it's been done in Ghana, it's been done in Ethiopia, and it's working for them. I'll plead with them also to look at ways of working together with the federal government to bring traditional institutions into governance as the fourth arm of government. Why do I say so? Today, election is approaching. Our judiciary will be overwhelmed. Cases that has to do with commercial cases will suffer because judges and justices will have to face
the election
political cases that are time bound. So other cases will suffer. Why? Because so many cases that are there in the judiciary, they are not supposed to be there in the first place. Slap me, I slap you. Marry me, I don't marry you. Those cases can be settled.
Yes.
Recommendations are made by traditional institutions, passed to customary court, it ends there, within that locality. Passed to area courts, it ends there within that locality. You understand? But now, we have people spending money to come from different states to come to this thing because your case will later go to slap you. Is in Supreme Court.
Yes.
It's in Supreme Court.
He says slap me, slap you.
Yes.
You heard that when in 2019, when senior advocates of Nigeria, the President Minister for Aviation and Aerospace Management,
Festus
Karamu.
During the screening, he said it, that if given the opportunity to be...
Please, I beg you, let's take this call. Hello? Yes?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the polity. And who are we talking with?
Happy Democratic Day.
We should be saying.
This is Sunday David calling from Cross River State.
Sunday Davis.
Sunday David.
Okay. Please go away from your TV set, please, or reduce the volume of what you have, please.
All right. Are you okay now?
Well, better than before. Go ahead.
I want to really thank God for the day of today, even if they give it to ABIOLA Day or Democratic Day. I feel like that man paid the supreme price. Unfortunately, he never mounted that seat as president. Those who are calling on the military, I've been hearing people say call on the military for military intervention. It will be just unfortunate. I have caused them. Will not be well with them. Will not be well with their family. Will not be well with their great-grandchildren.
No, please, don't curse them on this program.
They have right to their opinion.
You knew what some of us passed through.
Yes, but please don't curse them. Don't curse them, please.
They have right to their opinion, even though it's a cake. And detrimental to the progress of the country.
Senator, they didn't pass through what Bola was the president.
Yes.
The current president.
Yes. What is going through?
They mobilize us on campus. Then we have Operation Flush, Operation Ballet.
Operation Sweep.
Operation Sweep and all, so.
I remember I encountered one of them here in Cross River State at night when I was coming back to visit my fellow colleague, my coursemate. And before I knew what was happening, they flashed their lights. If I had to turn around, I would have told them that night, but I had to run away. Because they were killing Nigerians now. Not until the day Abacha died, the first thing I did was to rush to the newspaper stand. That time I was only picking Tell magazine because they were giving first-class information.
Yes.
The headline that morning was Death of a Tyrant that week. And thereafter we came back. They knew what we went through. They wouldn't have been there. But calling on military to come and do what? It is not the same military that later metamorphosed into a sensitive losing and spoiled the entire nation.
It's quite unfortunate.
Quite unfortunate, yes.
Democracy, they will thank you. Let's keep promoting democracy. Democracy has come to stay forever.
Okay, thank God. We hope it will remain so. Though we've taken out 27 years. Thank you so much, Sunday Davis, from Cross River State. Thank you. Okay.
No, as I was saying, I want the governors to allow local government to work, allow...
Incidentally, we are still going to, I'm going to stop you again because I think this is their time. Mohammed from Maiduguri. Mohammed, welcome again to the program.
Mohammed is a regular caller.
Good afternoon, Mohammed. Yes, thank you. Yes, but still faint.
Louder.
Yes. Abacha.
The advantage and disadvantage of one thing. So for us as Nigerians, whenever we are talking about somebody, no condemn the person for total, and we should not praise the person for total, because as human beings, no human being is complete. You know of that. And for that, we don't forgive those that passed away, and for us that are living now, we should always be positive and pray for positive. My concern is we don't have any positive more than this Nigeria.
Yes.
People that have sympathy with others, honestly, look at that. They are looking for so much so that they will run away and go abroad where they have full mansion and faith and nothing at all. We don't want it. We don't say we are also. This is our country.
Yes.
Some of these politicians are so myopic. They think that they will go tomorrow. It's not so. Many people have gone. People who are going to sometimes some of them are not. So, like that is alone. You go and back your hair, you will not remain that hair forever.
Yes.
You will not be there. Let us understand this fact that nothing is permanent in this world. We are watching all this like Nigeria where destruction happens in Lebanon, Gaza, all this. Mind you, some of these things are most more than bring problem, we should never allow it to happen in our country.
Amen.
This is why, whenever I call, my concern is Nigeria strength. What is the Ministry of Finance, especially the Federal Ministry of Finance, Accountant General Office, and all of these standards, failing to pay workers, failing to pay pensions and attachments, somebody will not hold money to go and do bad with money, attending the children graduation with people's money, and nobody will check it. Unfortunately, left and that left right center. As far as I'm concerned, every political holder has a stake. If you don't do the right thing, you still alone. Mind you, people are watching you from the other side of the corner. And we don't want any form of trouble. The following days, emergency and all this, they are not spiritual. Some of them have connected politically. Let me just say they are connected politically. So, for that reason, we have put first of our country straight. Nobody can break us. But this is why our trinity, taking ourselves together as one family, always any country that develops, just support tonight, different. Now, so if you are a good Nigeria, who can help to keep Nigeria united and carry everything to that development? I don't know the difference whether this is or political. Today now, if you are traveling from Damascus to Maiduguri, you are not comfortable. You are afraid of it. During the Abacha regime, all these restrictions were not existing. The advantage of Abacha is that he doesn't tolerate crisis from any angle. Because you are very crisis, one and two wasn't happening. That was one of the things of Abacha. He was the total PR. So you have to know advantage too. And the kind of system that can convey you to the National Assembly. If you go to the National Assembly, they are not taking our policy, they are talking about what comes in our house.
Okay.
So we should in ourselves as Nigerians, we should unite ourselves and look for solutions to our problems, conditions, advocacy, and so I don't want to be running out of that. So that's now how it is. Democracy is good, and people should always consider democracy.
Thank you so much.
Not for only one set of people.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. Thank you so much, Mohammed. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so
being
much.
a regular.
Yes, I had to allow you to talk for that long because you have always been part of us. Yes. Thank you so much, Mohammed. That is life. He's saying that there are some good aspects of the life of Abacha, and we need to talk about. Yes, I must say that in my state.
As an individual.
Yes, as an individual.
As an individual.
Yes.
But
he
as a military man.
Yes, but
as a military man.
Even as
that is his profession.
Even as a head of state, I remember that in his own time, he made sure that every governor will do some work in their state. He will give money. Make sure you do it at the end of the month. Come and tell me what you did with that money.
Because they were under his control.
Yes, and he was checking it. And I remember there were some groups in other states that were consulted by
you are the president and you appoint governors. There are people who elect them.
Yes, people will elect
those governors. Do you know that when I laugh when Nigerians talk about military, we are not supposed to be having that conversation.
Yes, we are not really, but because we are discussing
within the states, 3 senatorial districts.
Yes.
They are quarreling. They are quarreling. Who becomes the governor? These people say we will not be given the opportunity to become governor.
Yes.
In the military, not in the state, we have the opportunity to become
somebody from another state. Somebody from another state
will come and
then who are you going to fight them? You not migrate to the government state and go and fight his people. And say one of your sons is dominating us. So you have no opportunity of representing yourself.
It even happened in this democracy where somebody from Akwa Ibom became to another state to become the sole administrator
for 6 months.
For 6 months.
The people that were complaining then, they were the same people asking for military rule.
Yes, and
they gave them a test. They couldn't do anything anymore. Just a test. See, we cannot just say anything apart from saying our democracy must thrive.
It must
continue to support democracy. It's not like our security agents and security agencies. We have no reason not to support them.
Yes.
When one misbehaves, we face that one that misbehaves.
No, but
why don't generalize say police is not good?
But why we are
in this country?
Why we are hoping for them to?
There are countries without military, but there's no country without police. They are as important as the citizens. You understand? So when one misbehaves, when I see people disparaging them, disparaging this show is different.
Yes.
You cannot work there more than 35 years, you retire and go.
Yes.
But once one person misbehaves out of thousands of people, you say the institution is not good. No. You understand? I have not been arrested, I've been arrested, but that does not stop me from supporting the police.
Yes.
Because what the sacrifices they are making to keep us alive and to make sure that we can move from one place to another without free let and hindrance. It's enormous.
But there's still room for improvement.
There is
difference between you calling for improvement and condemning them.
Yes.
Condemning them. You don't condemn people working for you. There are people in this country, they sleep beside their wives from January to December.
Yes, but these men will not even
military
have their house in the
3 months, 2 years.
I see my own every day, then I will now say you are not doing anything.
Okay.
So I mean, just an analogy.
Yes.
Understand? Democracy is still the best form of government.
Okay.
And this democracy that we are celebrating, we must want to celebrate because one day we'll get it right. China did not get it right one day.
Yes,
they did not get it right in 4 years. They did not get it right in 8 years.
America,
it took them years to get it right. China. Why do people talk about China? The sacrifices of the people was enormous.
But what
lock their borders? Lock their borders.
But
before then, they had grains. Russia had the money to build factories for China. They approached Russia. They confiscated all the grains produced by their farmers, whether you like it or not. Within that year, so many people died. Thousands of people died in China, or even millions. For that sacrifice. But are we ready to do that kind of, our farmers, are they ready to do that kind of sacrifice in Nigeria?
That's a serious matter.
They gave those grains to Russia. Russia built
incidentally, insecurity is making that sacrifice happen.
10 years. They lock all their borders.
But what are
for how many years? 4 years. Buhari locked borders. It was insulted from head to toe.
No,
sacrifice must be made for things to happen. You understand? Sacrifice must be made.
The brother that he locked. The brother that he locked, did he put the people? They put the right perspective to people so that they will understand.
Somebody like me understand. Somebody like me understand.
Because you understand.
I remind you that self-development.
No, it's not. It's not person that I'm eating that is going to think of self-development. It is because
countries, nations, they grow and they prosper based on what the people believe is possible.
Yes.
Based on what the people believe is possible.
It's because they have the leader that knows
what the people believe is possible.
Because I've read.
You don't believe in a possibility and you want to get dividend of democracy. If you believe democracy will not be beneficial.
Okay.
So
let me ask
I believe democracy is
just a minute. I want to ask you, Kechukunalo, tell us, what do you expect or what do you want for the future of democracy in Nigeria?
What I want the government to do is let them just practice the tenet of democracy. I've participated in an election, like he said, in the local council, and they say XYZ is the date of the primaries. I was at the primary, the venue, and nobody was there.
Election material.
No election, as in no single, even goat
And
was not
the
there.
candidate will be declared.
And by 5 p.m.,
you will hear in the news.
and then we heard that so person has been declared as emerged as the candidate of that particular election that year. And I was like, so this is being practiced, and is that thing is still being practiced like that up to now. No political party, no leader is exempted, even from the. Then this idea of cross-carpeting, we need to really find solution to it. That once, yes, I know it's in our law, it's in our constitution, but they still manipulate it one way or the other to favor them. Once you leave the party that gave you the mandate to another, you lose your office.
Yes.
No, we need to begin to, and then I want to encourage Nigerians. Let us, for those that know, let us begin to enlighten people about democracy.
Okay.
Each and every one of us to the rural areas, because I usually say, if they want to rig the election, they don't rig the election in the city. They rig election in the rural areas.
Okay, thank you so much. Ekechukwu, thank you for doing this and concluding this way. Let's get to
yes, I want to use this opportunity to congratulate Nigerians, both home and abroad, for Democracy Day. It's a day that we must all cherish.
Yes.
We must not lose hope. We must keep hope alive. Because whether we like it or not, this nation will be great again.
Amen.
Whether we like it or not, this nation will prosper. We cannot say because whoever is leading, whether at federal level or state level or local government level, is not our candidate, then we want the country to go down the drain. No. We must continue to support our country. That's a different thing. We must not run down our country at every opportunity. We must not disparage our country. We must not demarcate our country. We must continue to promote the country at every opportunity. For whichever opportunity we have, whether 2 or 3 people gathered and we have opportunity to speak, we must speak word of encouragement. Just like our preachers, both Islam and Christianity, they preach hope. And that is what, as citizens, that is what we are supposed to
for our
preach.
country.
And nation building is everybody's business.
Thank you so much. It's on that note that we also say thank you so much, Onlede Olumiyiwa, for what you've done today. Please come again, because we still have need of you for many more times on this program. Thank you, gentlemen, for assisting, perfecting this program today. Dear viewer, also thank you for being there for us. Please keep sharing with us. And I want to specifically thank Sunday Davis that called in from Cross River State, and Mohammed that called in from Maiduguri, our regular caller. Thank you so much. Please keep doing it. We ask for more, and let more people join in doing this. Let me say thanks to Divine Gabriela. Also thanks to Obed, and I wouldn't forget that it's Ebonelu, and say thanks to Victor Adeye, the editor, and also the ICT, Victor Chiza, as well as Felix Kijamkola, that is the leader of that team, and Oluwaseun, I won't forget that, Adejumo. Thank you so much. Everyone that has assisted one way or the other, I thank you all. And Chukwu that was there at the beginning, thank you all. This is Okechukwu Onubogo. And I would also want to say, may the very best happen to us all the time.
P.V.C. of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's KAFTAN TV. you know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
It's your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching KAFTAN TV.
Please keep watching KAFTAN TV. It is the best civil station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please do not touch the dial. Keep watching.
This is KAFTAN TV Newsroom, the headlines.
The fault is not coming from my neck.
The world of sports, talking about sport G's on KAFTAN TV.
We who made the law, why not ensure its enforcement?
$73 billion, you know.
The car was actually made from a prototype of a human being.
What do you understand by a woman of substance? Who is the...
He said, who gave you admission? Where is the admission that you are here?
When we say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world, we're not just bragging. We know our onions in the world of broadcasting. One of our outlets to express ourselves to the world is our flagship program, Matters Arising. Join veteran broadcaster Ruben Okala and our crack team live.
And they give us a high price, and we just say, Nigeria, we ready.
As I said earlier, the lyrics is up, talking about the old new national.
On KAFTAN TV, Startimes channel 480 and 124, as well as NIGCOMSAT frequency 12518, symbol rate 29500. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. live. You can join the conversation by calling this phone number 0802-993-8365. It's dramatic and insightful. Don't miss it. Please join us.
Thinking of where to get the latest information and in-depth analysis on news, events, and trending stories around the Federal Capital Territory? Or do you need a medium to showcase those amazing brands, businesses, and events of yours? Seek no more.
So this is back coming to the world of Paris Saint-Charles.
And we got you covered. Tune in to channel 124 on Startimes at 10 p.m. West African time on Tuesdays and Thursdays to be informed on policies, news, reports, events, and their effects on the Federal Capital Territory. Only on KAFTAN TV. KAFTAN TV. Imagine a beautiful world.
It was in 1974 that the news broke. Chief Bolarinwa Abioro, the Balogun of Ipokie,